All right, let's talk about something real. Do you ever look at your bank account and feel like it just doesn't match how hard you're working? Yeah, you are definitely not alone in that. So we're going to unpack some seriously eye-opening advice, stuff from an accountant and ex-investment banker who's pretty much seen it all. We're going to get into those little sneaky habits that might be holding you back from real wealth. Let's dive in. So, what is it? What's that one big thing that separates the wealthy from everyone else? Well, the answer might actually surprise you. It's not some secret stock tip or crazy complex investment plan. Nope. The real difference, the game changer, boils down to one simple, tiny habit. It's all about what you do in those first few hours after that paycheck hits your account.
You know, Robert Kiyosaki really nailed it with this idea. Think of your payday as a literal fork in the road for your money. Every single time you get paid, you have to choose a path. One of those paths, well, it keeps you stuck, living paycheck to paycheck. But the other one, that's the path to financial freedom. So let's really break down what these two paths look like.
Okay, Act 1. This is the most important part, the absolute foundation. Before you even think about growing your wealth, you've got to protect what you have. We're talking about building a financial fortress, and the first brick gets laid the second you get paid. And right here, this is where those two paths split. The common way, the one most of us are taught, you get your paycheck, and boom, the money flies out. It goes to your landlord, the credit card companies, Netflix, the phone bill. Everyone gets paid before you. You end up at the very back of the line, just hoping there's something left over. The wealth method, it flips that script completely on its head. You get to the front of the line.
This is it. This is the golden rule. Pay yourself first. I want you to start thinking of your savings as the most important non-negotiable bill you have. It's the future you bill. Before a single cent goes anywhere else, you carve out at least 10% for yourself. This isn't just about saving some money, it's about making a powerful statement that your financial future is priority number one.
I mean, it just makes sense, right? You can't get to where you're going if you don't even know where you are on the map. Building that strong foundation means getting brutally honest about where you stand right now. It's all about these scales. On one side, you've got your assets, things putting money into your pocket. And on the other, your liabilities, stuff that's taking money out. The wealthy are absolutely obsessed with one thing, making sure the assets side gets heavier and heavier over time.
All right, so your foundation is solid. Now for Act 2. We got to plug the leaks. Seriously, think of your finances like a bucket. It doesn't matter how much money you pour into the top if it's just draining out of holes in the bottom. So let's find those holes and patch them up for good. Let's start with probably the biggest, most destructive leak for most people, 22%. Just let that number sink in. That's the average interest rate on a credit card. Now to put that in perspective, people get excited when the stock market returns like 10% a year. This isn't just a leak, it's a gaping hole in your financial bucket. It's a wealth-destroying machine, plain and simple.
Yeah, and that 22% is just one piece of the puzzle. There are really three big leaks you got to watch out for. First, exactly that, getting comfortable with bad debt, like those high-interest cards. Second, it's just plain overspending, and this one gets really sneaky when your income starts to go up. And the third, this one is a silent killer of wealth, paying more in taxes than you legally have to.
Okay, so here's a super simple but incredibly powerful rule to keep you out of that bad debt trap. Before you go to buy anything that isn't a true necessity, just ask yourself one little question. Can I afford to pay for this right now in cash? If the answer is no, then you can't afford it. I know, it sounds harsh. It's a tough rule to live by, but trust me, it will save you from so much financial pain down the road. Now for that second leak, and oh man, this one is sneaky. It's called lifestyle inflation. You know how it goes. You get a promotion, a nice raise, and suddenly your spending just expands to match it. That slightly better car, the bigger apartment, the more expensive holidays. Your income goes up, sure, but your expenses go right up with it. You're working harder, making more money, but you're not actually getting any wealthier. You're just running faster on a much fancier treadmill. And that brings us to the biggest and honestly the most overlooked leak of them all, taxes. Think about this. Over your entire lifetime, taxes will likely be your single biggest expense, more than your house, more than your car, more than anything. Now let's be super clear. This is not about avoiding taxes illegally. It's about being smart. It's about tax efficiency. The wealthy understand this. They use every legal tool available, things like retirement accounts, a Roth IRA, a 401k, an ISA, to make sure their money can grow without getting hammered by tax. Okay, deep breath. You've built your fortress. You've plugged the leaks. Now, it's time to go on the offensive. This is where things get really exciting. We're shifting from playing defense to playing offense. We're moving from just protecting your money to actively growing it. And this quote right here, this is a massive mindset shift. For a lot of people, this is a total game changer. Think about it. You can be the best saver on the planet, but there is a hard limit, a cap on how much you can save. You can only cut your expenses down to zero, right? But the other side of the equation, how much you can earn, that has no cap. It's limitless. True, life-changing wealth is built by going on offense.
Let's visualize this for a second. Playing defense, just saving, it's like climbing a ladder. You're moving up, for sure, but it's one rung at a time. It's slow, it's steady. But playing offense, focusing on earning more and investing that money, that's like strapping yourself into a rocket ship. The potential for growth isn't just step by step, it's exponential. That's where you find real transformational wealth.
But you gotta understand, there's a huge cost to just waiting around to go on the offensive. Because there's this silent thief working against you every single day. It's called inflation. And it is constantly eating away at the value of your cash. That money sitting in your bank account, it will literally buy you less stuff next year than it can today. You are on a downward moving escalator, and standing still means you're going backwards. The only way to win is to start climbing faster than it's moving down.
So what's the plan? Here it is, your personal wealth engine. Step 1, you build that safety net, that 6-month savings buffer. That's your foundation. Step 2, you have to start investing to make your money work for you. Step 3, you diversify those investments. You don't put all your eggs in one basket. And step 4, the most important part, you constantly focus on adding more fuel to the fire by increasing your income. That's it. That's the blueprint.
Look, at the end of the day, that's all money is. It's a tool. It can either just sit there in your toolbox or your bank account, getting rusty and losing its value, or you can pick it up and use it to build something incredible. Something like a life of freedom, of security, of choice. The habits we just went through, those are the instructions on the box. But the choice to actually pick up those tools and start building, that's all you. So I'll just leave you with this one question. What are you going to build?